Yes, Barnaby was a silly dog. A very silly dog, with fur as fluffy as a cloud and a tail that wagged even when he was sleeping. He had a wet nose for sniffing out trouble and a heart full of love, even when he was covered in mud. Barnaby lived with a kind family who knew just how silly he was. They loved him dearly, even when he chewed on their slippers or accidentally sat on their freshly baked cakes. After all, it was hard to stay cross with a dog who looked so adorable with icing sugar on his nose. One sunny morning, Barnaby's family noticed their socks were missing. Not one or two socks, mind you, but all of them. Daddy's stripy socks, Mummy's spotty socks, even baby Sophie's tiny woolen socks, all gone. "Where could they be?" asked Daddy, scratching his head. Barnaby wagged his tail and barked excitedly. He loved a good mystery, especially if it involved something as fascinating as a lost sock. He sniffed around the house, his tail wagging furiously, leading everyone on a merry chase. Finally, Barnaby stopped in front of his basket, his tail wagging so hard it looked like it might fall off. And there, beneath his favorite blanket, was a mountain of socks. Barnaby had hidden them all, thinking it was a grand game. Another day, Barnaby was playing in the garden when he saw himself in the big, shiny ball that Daddy used for gardening. He had never seen another dog that looked exactly like him before. Barnaby barked at the dog in the ball, and the dog barked back. Barnaby wagged his tail and the dog wagged its tail too. "I've made a friend!" thought Barnaby, delighted. He barked and wagged his tail even harder, trying to get closer to his new friend, but the dog in the ball wouldn't come closer. It just kept copying everything Barnaby did. Just then, a butterfly fluttered past. Barnaby, forgetting all about his new friend, dashed after it, his tail wagging excitedly. He might be silly, but he wasn't silly enough to believe a dog could live inside a shiny ball. Bath time was never Barnaby's favorite time. In fact, he tried to avoid it at all costs. But one day, after a particularly muddy adventure in the garden, even Barnaby had to admit he needed a wash. Mummy ran the bath, adding lots of lovely-smelling bubbles. Barnaby watched with suspicion as the bathroom filled with fluffy white mountains. He dipped a paw in cautiously, then quickly shook it dry. It was cold and wet. Mummy coaxed him closer, and before he knew it, Barnaby was submerged in a mountain of bubbles. He didn't like it one bit. He shook his fur, sending bubbles flying across the bathroom. Mummy laughed, scooping him out of the tub. "Oh, Barnaby," she chuckled, wrapping him in a big fluffy towel. "You might be a silly dog, but you're our silly dog, and we love you very much." Barnaby wagged his tail, leaving a trail of wet paw prints on the floor. Bath time might be scary, but being loved? That was the best feeling in the world.